If you're buying a house in 2025, let me tell you what you should not do and what you should do. You see, this market is definitely different than anything anybody's ever done. Actually, stats say that millennials are choosing to wait on buying a house until they're almost 45 years old. Now, I'm a millennial, I'm 35. Why would you wait another 10 years? If the average rate right now is $1,500, because that's what it is, times 12, times 10 years, you can't get that money back. Don't get me wrong, I get it. You can invest and do all of that, but stats also say that the average 45-year-old right now only has $80,000 in their 401k, but doesn't have 3 months of savings in their savings account. So I know that you say all of these different things, but it's not working. I promise this year in 2025, you should be buying maybe even some investment property for you to rent out or fix and flip. So if you're buying a property this year, I want to tell you what you should not be doing and follow up by what you should be doing. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action right here on Instagram and YouTube. I drop videos just like this to show you that you can buy property no matter what your situation is. No matter if you don't have a job, you had a foreclosure before, you didn't think it was possible for you, no matter if your grandma rented all of her life, I show you guys how to do this in your own backyard and do this in the next 90 days. Now, there's a few things that I want to go through with you today. I love this house. I'm actually selling this house. I'll tell you this real quick. I purchased this house for a whole whopping, I want to say it was $27,000, I want to say. It was definitely less than 30, but I'm pretty sure it was 27,000. I think I put $40,000 in this house, and I actually got it up for sale right now. I've had it for 4 years. I've been receiving about $2,000 a month on average in rent is an Airbnb. So $500 of that is net profits. And yeah, that's what it's been for me. I've come over here, for like staycations with me and my wife. I've allowed family and friends to stay here as well. I've given people jobs to come over here and cut grass at this property. And it's been a great road. Now it's time for me it's not necessarily time, but I'm choosing to sell the property. And I'm sure I'm gonna net, I think I owe right at $51,000 on it now. We're listing this bad boy for $135. Assuming it does, you can see the kind of stats your boy's gonna make. I'm gonna make at least 70 grand on the sale. Okay, now me personally right now, I'm selling a lot of my rental properties so I can pay off my personal house. And as you can see, if I'm making a $70,000 sale on one tiny little 800 square foot house, I'm not gonna have to sell very many houses to pay off my house. But that's the reason why you should be looking at buying property in 2025. That's one of the reasons why. If you want financial freedom, in my opinion, the guys that have financial freedoms own property. All right, look. So look, what you should not do in 2025 when it comes to buying a house is putting a down payment down. Come on now. I'm telling you the truth, okay? Even if you go the traditional route, there are so many ways you can get property with no money down. And I'm gonna give you a couple right now. Number one is that if you go the traditional FHA way, you need to be going down to your local courthouse and finding out what their down payment assistance programs are. Essentially, down payment assistance is the city's incentives. It's their way of incentivizing people to move to their area to own property so that that city can remain valuable and increase in value. So they always have some kind of incentives going. Okay, that incentive might be, hey, 0 down, 100% financing at this particular bank. The incentive might be, hey, the city will give you this $10,000. It's 0 interest. You don't have to make any payments on it. You just pay us back that $10,000 whenever you sell it sometime in the future. Or it might be some kind of grant and it's just forgivable. You never have to pay it back at all, okay? But there is down payment assistance downtown at your county courthouse, and they have to give it away to somebody. What I'm realizing these days is a lot of people that look like us that have this color skin are not taking advantage of these particular programs, but other people are. And so I just want to make sure that I give that to you guys so you guys can go out and get it. Another way that you can do 0 money down is by going for a particular loan type. VA loans, USDA loans, okay? They have loan products that are 100% financing, okay? VA loans can actually go up to 102% to cover your closing costs with the financing. So don't overlook that. Make sure that you're talking to your broker in charge. Make sure that you're talking to your loan officers about making sure that you get the best bang for your buck when it comes to your loans, okay? And then lastly, if you go the traditional route and get a loan, let's say that they want you to bring 5% down. Okay, so your house costs $200,000. They want you to bring 5% down, which is $10,000. You go find a $200,000 house which you're approved for, and instead of offering them $200,000 and that's it, you can offer them, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can offer them $210,000 with $10,000 seller concession. So you're giving them exactly what they want. And so essentially the seller concessions is money that's on the HUD, and you can move that around, you know, at closing day. You can use that to whatever you want. And in this particular case, you can use it as your down payment. Man, this house looks so good. I love this little freaking house, man. I pray that the new buyer, you know, sees this house, loves this house, and can use it for their benefit. So I'm grateful for whoever's gonna buy this house for me. Okay, there's a second way you can do it. You can offer them the 200 grand, and once again, just do the seller concessions, which means they don't get the full 200 grand, they get 190. But seller concessions in an offer just allows you to use that money wherever you would like. I've done it before several times, hundreds of times in transactions. And then I've also had people that bought from me that I allowed them to do it. I agreed to that offer when they buy from me. And then another way is creative. You can go pick up these properties subject to seller financing, baby. You know, the last seller financing deal I did, I got the seller to agree to, hey, I think we agreed at 179, payments is 760. On closing day, I start making payments. That sounds like no down payment, baby. I did a subject to deal where I took over the mortgage. The mortgage is current. They wanted debt relief. I said, great, I'll make sure I'll pay your mortgage payments. He wanted 5 grand. I said, no problem. I'm not gonna give you 5 grand at closing. I'll give you 5 grand whenever I sell sometime in the future. He said, okay. That sounds like no down payment, baby. Stop paying these down payments in 2025. It ain't cool. Just because you got the money to spend, don't make it cool to do, okay? But I promise it takes thinking power. It takes, you know, authority. It takes creativeness. It takes certain spunk about you to get creative and not put any money down. And that is where the value is. All right. Number 2, I know the hype is all about like not paying the realtors and paying them as the least amount possible. You should not be worried about anybody else's money in these transactions when you're buying houses. You should only be worried about your money. Okay. Whenever you have a great realtor, they are worth paying for. Whenever you have an amazing wholesaler that's sending you the best deals possible, they are worth paying for. Whenever you have a good marketing agent to market for off-market leads for you, they are worth paying for. Whenever you have a good private money guy, he is worth paying him whatever interest he needs in order for him to send you that bag. Stop counting other people's monies in these transactions, okay? Like I told you, I got this deal from my boy Tommy, okay? Tommy wasn't even my student at the time. I was not concerned with the $10,000 that he made when he sold me this house. I'm not concerned about it now because $500 a month in net cash flow times 4 years, okay? So that's how many ever months that is. I can't do math right now. 12 times 4, what's that? 48. So 48 times 500, money. You could do the math, okay? And this $70,000 that I'm about to make right now selling it, come on now. Come on now. Stop worrying about how much money these people are making. Worry about the opportunity that you're getting. Do your numbers. Am I buying with equity? Do I have potential cash flow? Is this, if it's your personal property, is this gonna stay in my budget? Is there room to add value? You know, is this the area that I wanna be in that's growing, that's gonna continue to appreciate? You know, you wanna worry about those kinds of things. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about how much money they're making in these deals because that does not matter. The opportunity that you get to buy and control for a period of time is what you should be concerned about, having a plan and a strategy in order for you to propel yourself in the future. Okay. Number 3, when it comes to buying a property, is get a freaking inspection. Okay. Get an inspection. Even myself, I found that a bad deal ain't a bad deal until you buy it. Okay. I remember when I first got into business, one of the convenient things to do as a real estate investor is to not get an inspection because it helps the seller want to take an offer. Yes, it does. Agreed. You can still have an as-is offer, but getting someone to inspect the property, paying them $250, $350, $500, so that way you have the opportunity to know and plan for what you're about to go through, is way better. So you can raise the right amount of money, so you can tell the contractors what needs to be done. You know, so you can plan for it versus it smacking you in the face in the middle of your rehab. Okay. Also, getting that inspection, getting it in writing from someone is always one of the easiest ways you're going to go back and get a reduction. I go back and I look at some of these properties where I should have, man, $500 could have helped me get a $5,000 reduction, a $10,000 reduction. You know, it's not a bad deal until you buy it. So you need to, you know, be aggressive in between the time that you get the property under contract and the time that you close. Negotiate until it ain't no more room to negotiate. Okay. If you save $2,000 between now and closing, it only cost you your voice, your negotiation. Okay. It didn't actually cost you your physical money that you had to bring out of your pocket. I promise. Do it. Okay. Do it. Find a good inspector. Okay. And then lastly, if you're buying a property in 2025, do not buy in these rural cities. Come on now. It's whack. If you live in Raleigh, okay. If you live in Raleigh, don't go drive an hour and a half to Tarboro and get a property because it's cheaper. That's whack, bro. That's whack. If you live in Charlotte, do not drive all the way to Salisbury, an hour out of the way. That don't make any sense. Now, if you live remote, if you work remote and you just want to live in the country with 5,000 people, hey, I get it. But properties in the city are more expensive for a reason. They are closer to things. The neighborhood is better. The people you hang around is better. They're going to appreciate more. They can cash flow more when you get in trouble. They will make you more money in the long run. You will enjoy them. Okay. Now, hey, if you want to have 20 acres and you work in Charlotte, you might have to move 30 minutes outside of the city. But moving an hour and 30 minutes away and you got to go to work every day, that's busted just so you can save some money. Stop playing. If you really want it bad enough, go out there and get it. Be willing to pay for the things that you want in your life. It is your dream. Pay for it.